The Pro Angler series of kayaks is ultra stable as it is, but we do offer the Hobie H-bar standing support. The H-bar will help you get from a seat to a stand and back to your chair if you're looking for a little assistance there. It can also be of great help getting in and out of the kayak, especially if you're stepping down into the kayak from a dock or something like that. If you feel like you need a little bit of assistance standing up and sight fishing, and you want to be able to take your eyes to the horizon and off the focus of your balance, you can lean against the H-bar and have some extra security there, always having a reference point right at your belt line. Stripping fly line into a basket that's hanging around the H-bar is really popular amongst fly fishermen. So we're gonna get this thing installed on our rigged Pro Angler 14. Check it out. Okay, so one of the installation steps in getting the H-bar set up, you're gonna wanna take this center tube here, and there's two pre-manufactured holes right there, and you're gonna line those up right there with those holes in the corner fitting. And you're gonna press it in, and I like to kind of press that against the floor so you can get the holes to line up, the hole in the aluminum extrusion and it's super important that the flats in the rail match the flats on the inside of the corner fitting. You're gonna pick the stainless screws out of the hardware pack that match the diameter of the rail. And it's very important that the round head of the screw is facing the user. And the way to tell that, these short legs that hinge out, that's gonna be the side facing the user. So you wanna insert the screw from that side. And sometimes this step requires the help of a drill just to get that screw all the way through. Turn this up a little bit. There we go. You can see I've got just enough space exposed there for the low profile nylock nut. Align the profile of the nut with the detent or with the recess and hold that in place as I fasten this down. So we'll repeat the same process on the other side. When you install these forward foot mounts, you want to make sure the angled tab is facing toward the center of the cockpit. The top of the gunnels on the Pro Angler do angle out just a little bit, so that's going to help the H-bar install straight. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert this into the track, and then I'm going to remove this screw and use a 1/4-20 that's included in the kit to then thread right into that brass insert in the boat there. Firm pressure down, just back that out. And the screw in the kit is a little bit longer. I'm just gonna go straight in here, and be careful with doing this with the drill. You want to make sure that you're not cross-threading as you go into that brass insert. So that looks good there, and then I'm just going to tighten that thumb nut down. Track on this side. Set that aside in case you ever need to use that again. And I'm going to go into the track here. And this is the longer 1/4-20 from the kit. I'm just going to thread that into the plastic a bit and go straight in here to get it engaged with the threads. Tighten it down. And then come back and tighten this thumb nut. And then the mounts for the front are completely set. I've chosen this mounting option for the forward foot. However, if you'd like to open up the track and leave all of this track space completely accessible, you can actually move just inboard and through bolt these mounting feet with the hardware included in the hardware pack right there just inboard of the track. You're not drilling into the boat at all, you're just simply drilling through the mounting board and mounting that close to the sidewall of the kayak. You'll still have access to your horizontal rod tubes here at the front firewall, but that does leave the track completely open if you wanted to through bolt here. The next step in the process is installing these mounting tabs to the H-rail. And to do that, you'll simply open this gate and disengage that knob there. And you want the tabs on the inboard side of the kayak, so you just fit that around the rail where the tabs are facing up vertically. And you're gonna close, actually you can see it a little bit better if I install it at an angle and then I can rotate it into place. So you may have to back this knob off a little bit so that it fits. Rotate that into the vertical position. And then you want to tighten that down just lightly and then close the gate, and that'll lock the H-bar fitting into place. And by opening that red gate, you can slide the mount fore or aft on the rail. And at an angle just so I can see it, and then I'll rotate it into the vertical position. And you can see with that gate open, I can actually slide fore and aft. So I'm going to install the front legs first. And the bar is meant to flex a bit to accommodate variations in width or depending on the location of your mounting feet. So I'm just going to line up the holes in here. Insert this quick pin. I am inserting the pin from the outboard side. I prefer doing this just to keep the tether kind of out of the cockpit. So that's gonna stay. If you want the H-bar out of the way when you're on the water, just fold it down and click the legs in like that. The front of the bar rests on the bow of the kayak, leaving the handle exposed for carting and portaging. I'm going to take these back, and all four legs of the H-bar are extendable, so you can adjust it to suit your height. I'm going to slide this one back just a little bit. Get that fitted up, come around outboard with the tether. To make sure the fit of the H-bar is correct for my body size, I'm going to start sitting in the seat and make sure I can comfortably reach the bar, pull myself up to a stand, and I'd prefer this bar to come back toward me a little bit so that when I stand up I don't have to scoot forward to be braced by the bar. So there's a couple ways you can do that. You can either slide the rear mounting tabs back toward you a little bit, or you can extend the legs out to get it back toward me more. I'd probably extend the front legs out a little bit, and I've got it on the lowest setting and it's hitting me right about at the belt line, which is perfect. If you want to adjust the height of the bar, all four legs adjust up. To access the leg adjustment, I'm going to unthread this knob completely, remove the threaded portion of the screw completely out of the leg. That's going to allow you to adjust out. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 height settings. So you just want to make sure, look and see that the holes are aligned, and then you're going to thread right back in. Engage all the way with the nut on the other side, on the inside of the leg, and then it's fixed in place. Adding H-bar standing support to your Hobie Pro Angler fishing kayak is a great way to take the focus off of the balance and put it on the fishing. You'll be able to stand up and sight cast with ease or scan the horizon with that extra point of reference leaning against the H-bar. If you need some assistance getting into or out of the kayak, the H-bar is a great tool for that. and it folds down completely out of the way when you don't require it to be used. The H-bar is constructed of our unique 12-sided H-rail extrusion that accepts any H-rail accessory. It's a great place to mount a ram ball with an action camera so you can capture all the great on-the-water action. Head over to Hobie's YouTube channel and check out the Pro Angler rigging series, or you can check out Hobie.com, click the gear tab at the top right, and there's a H-bar page. You can also view all the H-rail accessories there on their own page.